Hello, and welcome back. My name is Jack Blade, and today we're doing Satisfactory, and it's a tips and tricks video. And kicking off from this point, if you watched episode 15, you can see that some things have changed. But yeah, in this today's video, we are actually going to be making a little bit of a tutorial on how to use Satisfactory Calculator. It's a Discord member called Dead King that's asked specifically for if I could make this video, and figured why not. So I am just going to actually switch over to to Satisfactory Calculator, and we will look at how it interacts with our save and how we can manipulate our save and like use the planner and everything. So without further ado, let's move over. All right, we are here, ignoring the Adobe ad. There is a lot of stuff that you can do in Satisfactory Calculator. As you can see, like address here. So if you haven't been here before, this is how you get over to it. And in here, you can make your own accounts and stuff, so you can upload your own, what's it called, blueprints and mega prints, and download them and stuff, and save, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. So when when we are in here, we will just go through these in order, and I've set up some stuff so that we can just look at how it works. And the first thing we get in Satisfactory Calculator is the planners. And I kind of want to keep this up, especially when I'm planning for like end game, when I'm using a lot of resources. I can actually look at like, what's my limit? How much can I use? The waters, this is the resource well limit. There's like more if you just use normal water extractors in the ocean. You can get hundreds of thousands of water if you want to. But yeah, let's jump on over and look at the planners. Specifically, let's start with the production planner. So in here, what is this? What have I set up here, and how does it work? So this is actually the factory that I'm building right now. Like, this is what I am working on in game right now. And as you can see, this is the output. This is what I want this factory to produce in the end as a surplus. And one of the, like, first of all, the reason why I'm going this high with the rubber and with the plastic is because I'm planning for that to be used in other factories, not just here. So that's something to keep in mind. That's why I'm going a little bit overboard on like how much I am producing. Same thing, this is a little bit of what's left, so to speak, after we have made all the fuel that we need to make the fuel that we need in the end. And I know this because I've gone through this process with this planner using this, where I've looked up like exactly what I need to make all of the space elevator parts that you have here, and also then like going down to like the most basic stuff here, like then the raw resources that I need to make this, how I fix the nuclear waste recycling. This is a summary net output for what I need to be able to build everything that I want to, and then the target power generation and like all that kind of stuff. Which alternative recipes I'm using, if you want a list of that. All of this entire document is in the Discord, pinned in the Satisfactory chat. So yeah. But then we will basically just, if we jump back on over to the production planner, you can see that what we're looking for here is to produce a net surplus of 500 fuel. As you can see in the summary here, if we go and look at fuel here, we want 500 extra fuel, which we will be getting. I want 60 of each of these, which is included in this calculation. But if we look at the stage 1, like how much rubber do I actually need? 2,398. I've rounded that to 2,400 for my production. Same thing with the heavy oil residue. And then plastic, 2,070. So if you look in my production planner, those are basically the numbers that I've put in. And we can look here in these tabs to see like what are the total numbers. So if we look here, the total amount of fuel that we are producing, and if we go back here and look, that is exactly the number of like the number that we want to produce in this world total for the end game. So that's all the fuel we will need. 2,400 heavy oil residue is going to be produced. 2,400 rubber is going to be produced. 2,070 plastic, and then if we look here again for the turbo fuel, which I assume is here, yes, 1,800 of that is also based, like, set in here in the production planner. This compacted coal is also what we are planning to produce according to this 1440. Like, all of this essentially comes down to like my previous planning. That's what I've set it up as. But for an easy way of looking at like what I need, like to build this entire factory, you can see in the buildings, like I need this many buildings, so that's what I need to space for. This is not really true because I will be overclocking, so I won't be needing 30 of them. I will be needing like 15 of them, like less, probably like 11 of them. Stuff like that. So yeah, generally, this is the amount of resources you need to build all the stuff that you need to build or want to build, like this size of a factory, using these alternate fuels or alternate recipes. And if you want, like this network graph is the simple view. If you want the more advanced, you can go here and go to view mode, realistic, in which case you can then pick like, hey, I'm going to go for like Mark III miners. I can like pick all of this stuff to very much like see the full scope of what is being built, like, and how it interconnects. And it's a massive tree, right? And this includes like, okay, this is where you need to have like different like belts and like splitters, mergers, junctions. Like it can be very, very complicated. I tend to just go with the simple to get a good indication, like so. And then when I have this good, like simple indication, I then plan out the rest of the factory, like the belts and everything. I do that myself. Because you're always gonna have to adjust a little bit. So this is the easy way to just set up and use this. As you can see, I'm gonna have like this, and I don't have the containers to package and sink the heavy oil residue or the fuel. So that is going to back up, which I will have to fix very quickly. Or I'm going to have problems with my power generation, which we will move on to the next part here. Because if we go back here, so I don't accidentally click anything wrong, we have the power planner over here. And this is the, like, if we look in the planning, if we go to the summary, I'm planning on having a turbo fuel plant that burns 1,500 turbo fuel. So I have an extra 300 per minute to use for other stuff. And that will generate me 50,000 megawatts. And that's basically like the easy way to use this is like, okay, which fuel generator or which generator do I want to use? Which fuel do I want to use? Do I have available power shards? If yes, place that in, and it will tell you exactly what you need in terms of material to build exactly the amount of generators that you need to be able to build this. So yeah, easy way of looking at it. And then in the next stage of this is where we get like the big stuff. This is where we get the like save management level of interactivity with next step in the Satisfactory map. As you can see, like people here are pretty much like using this pretty normally to plan, okay, I need a lot of oil. I need a 3,600 oil. Where can I see that? Let's go for like resource nodes. Show me the oil. Show me the coal. Like give me all the resources here. And now in this case, I can just go like, okay, here's a ton of oil up here. There's even more oil here. That's some ore, okay. And then like I had a more oil down here. I'd like actually get the amount that I need from these, so that's why I decided to build up here for the factory in game. However, there is another aspect to what you can do with the map, and that is something you see here. Save games are stored here. That's where you find them. Like, look at that in your computer, and you will be able to find saves to use. But yeah, I'm dragging over the actual save, like so. And then once it's loaded in, there's a lot of edits in this world, which means that it's taking, like you can see, there's a lot of entities. 175,516 placed entities. That is a lot. And you see all of it pops up here. And once it is done, boom. You will see, if I scroll out here, you can see everything that I've placed in this world. It's just taking a little bit of a time here. It's a little bit of a slow thing. It's still processing and like loading up all the data. Okay, so now if we look, we can see everything we've built in this world, right? So as you can see, I've placed down some markers so that I don't forget where stuff is. But generally, like here is the piping in of resources. Comes up here, it goes in. You can see everything that's built here. You can see everything that is built here. Here's the fun thing. Let's say that I felt like I did not like what I have done so far with this factory, right? So if we look in here in the save, like this is what it looks like, right? So if I just do this, I'm going to exit and I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to pick the rectangle selection tool. I don't like what this looks like, so I'm going to mark this and I'm going to delete this. Do you want all the materials or not? You'll get a nice loot crate next to you. I don't care, so I'm just not going to care about that. Just delete everything. There we go. It's very slow to delete. This is a very, like, there's a lot of items to delete. There's a lot of belts and pipes and like all that kind of stuff. So just let it work. Yeah, there we go. It like had a moment there when it wanted to crash. Here's what I'm just going to go like, okay, it's done. Then I go up here in the top right and I save the changes, and a new file will be downloaded with the calculator appended to the file name, and I move that into my save folder, right? But yeah, okay, we load it in exactly the same space, and yeah, this is now clear. No need to go and do like manual deletion. If you don't like your factory, just delete it in Satisfactory calculator. So that's a great way to use. That's not what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to change it to fly 2 so that I can fly fast. So as you can see now, oh, I remove the fog. This is exactly what it looks like in the Satisfactory calculator and where I'm manipulating the save. So let's move on to the next things we can show here. Because if we go to research, I can go in and I can change what I have unlocked, which alternate recipes I have unlocked, which MAM research, what in the awesome shop, and like emotes and like collectibles and stuff like that. All of that I can unlock here. So as easy as that, I can go in and I can like look at my statistics, how many creatures have I killed, like all that kind of stuff. So it's a really, really fun thing that you can actually like use for to get like a good overview of how it's going for you. Then in the same thing, like when we have this saved up, we can also go into let's say blueprints, like megaprints here, right? I can pick one of these massive things, right? Let's say this cement factory, and then I can download this, right? That's a very easy thing, and I can place this down in the world just like any other blueprint, like so. Like you can see where it is in the world and everything, and basically you have the instructions for how to use it. So, like, if you don't like building specific factories, like if you don't like making your first computer factory or heavy modular frame factory, look one up. And if you don't, like, if you want to get inspired and stuff, hey, there's blueprints. There's thousands of them. So you can go like rating. I want the best of the best. Like, which are the coolest, like refinery circles? That's really cool. The 2 stations with signals, like awesome. Go with that. Like if you don't feel like you want to set up all the railway stuff, then you just grab this and you like put that in your blueprint folder for that specific save. Because remember, blueprints are save specific. The best thing that I think that you can keep an eye on is this part. Like actually learn. Like when I don't want my save to look and feel a specific way. I want it to have like this super, like I don't want to spend 500 hours like building something up and then having to spend another 100 hours to tear it down so that I can start it over again. Then this is what you do. You just literally grab the save that you want. For example, like I am probably not going to keep the starter factory, and I'm probably not going to keep the gorge factory from my beginner's guide because they are very basic and very ineffective. So there's a high likelihood that instead of uh, like going in and rebuilding and modifying those factories, I will literally just go down. Like when I'm going to do that, I'm not going to do that now because I still need the factories. It's like probably going to go down here and like literally mark and wipe out everything, including probably part of the train line to get rid of everything here. And then I'm going to start, like I'm going to upgrade the iron. I'm going to fix the miners. So they mark 3 miners instead. I'm going to make it like a end game level like steel factory. Okay, so that is basically how I would recommend using it. Something that you also can do, which is really fun if you want to do, is actually move your factories. So you can grab, let's say that I want this stuff, right? And I can say like, hey, move selected item's position. Submit. So let's say that let's move everything plus 8 meters, like so. I'm going to submit. And what we're going to see now, oh, the entire factory's moved. So if I load this save up now, what we're going to see is that the entire factory, train station and everything, has just been moved like a fair bit to the east on the map. Like all the trains are like disconnected, like all that kind of stuff. That's like an easy way if you have problems with like aligning. This prevents it from being so hard to change up your world and like adapt to when you learn new stuff that you just start over. Like you don't have to do that if you use this tool. So yeah, that's the big thing. And you can like look around here. Something that I tend to do in the early game is like, this is my inventory, right? Manipulate how many inventory slots I have. Yeah, here we go. I can change the amount of equipment slots. I can change inventory slots, so that I can have, like, give myself, okay, here's 1,000 inventory slots that you can use, like, straight from the get-go, not having to care about inventory problems or anything like that. That's the kind of stuff you can use this for. And like I said, you can manipulate your hotbars from here. You can, like, reset or clear how many of these things you've found. Like, I've found a pretty decent amount of these. Then, like, to-do list, I can change this here. I can change my map options. I can change my game rules. This is basically down to how you want to change your game experience. And is there going to be a section of the fandom that goes, or the player base that goes like, no, you're not actually playing the game? It's like, okay, who cares? It's your experience, it's your save, do whatever you want with it. That's my opinion. And I really think that you can do whatever you want with this knowledge. And as far as I know, this is going to be updated for 1.0. Because if you look up here in the Game Branch Early Access, you can see that there's this option. So there's probably going to be a update for this pretty immediately when 1.0 drops, so that people can start planning their 1.0 factories and look up the nodes and like all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is definitely something to keep an eye on. I will say have a great day and good luck with Satisfactory Calculator. Meanwhile, I will go back to my real save here. So have a good time. Bye!